I've always said that one of the best things you can teach people to do is to own it. Say, you're responsible for your own career, not that company. I've had sales reps tell me before, they'll tell me, they go, hey, listen, yeah, I was going to get a couple books, but you know something, my company wouldn't let me expense it. I'm like, they should. You shouldn't expense it. You should invest in yourself. So if you're buying the book and expense it, and when you get done reading it, make sure you give it back to the company. Well, no, you're probably putting that on your own bookshelf, right? So at the end of the day, you take ownership of your own life. It's one of the things in Jack Canfield's book. You know, that whole book, The Success Principles, you know, I think there's only one person in the history of literature to have 8 New York Times best-selling books on the same day. And he wrote Chicken Soup, which you're, oh, okay, now I know Jack. Well, he did a business book, and one of the best things he talks about in his book is taking ownership of your life, number one. And then he has some kind of funny lines. He says, like, hey, when you're 18 years old, all you do is think about what other people think about you. And then when you're 40, you really don't care about what anybody thinks about you. And then when you're 60, you realize no one ever thought about you anyway. Okay, so at the end of the day, kind of a neat book, but at the end of the day, I always tell people, you got to take ownership, but we need to help the people that are underneath us, who are working for us. We got to help them take ownership. And you just can't do it by a seminar that says, own your win, own your win, own your win, which I had this week in Boston, and then everybody goes back to their desks, and they don't know what exactly that means, other than what, we're just supposed to work harder? So that's how I try to get people to own it. Try to find out what motivates people, number one. Then number two, put together a plan for them to where they walk in the door and they go, no, no, this is my number. I got to do this, not for my boss, for me. For me.